Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I paint backgrounds. It's very easy to do, you'll be surprised, and I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please do me a favor and give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more of my videos. Doing these things helps my channel grow and I'd really appreciate that. So here we go. I'm using a 9x12 canvas panel. And for my palette today, I have some colors that I am using for the background. And I usually paint 2 or 3 backgrounds at a time. So I have titanium white, French ultramarine blue, but I've added phthalo blue, sap green, and I've added phthalo green, and I have cadmium yellow light. And those are going to form my background. For my brushes, I have an old bristle fan brush, a round, which the point isn't really that great. It's a Taklon brush and a Taklon flat. I also have a kabuki brush, kabuki makeup brush, which I got from the Dollar Tree. I've got a few things I'm using to add texture. I have some bubble wrap. I have some crumpled paper napkin. I have a sponge, and I like these sea sponges. They have different textures within them. You can see it's very fine here and more fern-like here. And on the back we have some hollows and dips and long fibers, which will give us some interesting texture. And then I also have a, pick the cat hair off of it, I have a, I think it was a makeup sponge at some point. I don't know, I've never used it for that. I don't know where I got it or how it came to be in my possession, but it's just your regular plastic sponge. The first thing I'm going to do is put some color on. I'm going to start off with yellow and just slash it on. And you don't even have to use small brushes. You can use large brushes to do this. And put some green down here. Add some blue. And I'm not worried that my colors are all running into each other. Put some more blue up here. I'm preparing this canvas with roses in mind. I think that roses look good on a sort of natural greenish background. And I often use these colors when I'm painting roses. Alright, so that's, I didn't put any phthalo colors in there. I'll use that afterwards. I'm going to start off by putting titanium white in my yellow. And the titanium white adds an opacity to the paint. And you'll see it will become more misty looking, depending on how much white I add. And I'm adding quite a bit of white. I'm using water mixable oils, if I didn't say before. Now I always think that the phthalo colours add a lot of punch to a painting, so I like to get them in. But I sort of always add them afterwards, but that may just be me. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people add them at different periods during a painting, but that's how I like to do it anyway. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. And this is where my kabuki makeup brush comes in. I'm starting in the light area and with a very light circular stroke, I'm just sort of blending that in. Not always circular, sometimes I go away from circular into a sort of cross-hatching. It just depends. I'm not sure what it depends on. I have another makeup brush. It's actually a makeup brush that I got from Marshall's. It's slightly softer. I can see I've got a couple of cat hairs in here. But I have pets, and so my paintings always incorporate pet hair. You know you've got a genuine Carol Ann if you've got a painting with pet hair in it. No one will ever mistake my paintings. There we go. I think that looks pretty good, and I think that's a fairly nice background for a rose painting. So I would leave it there, but I wanted to show you some other things you can do. At this point, you might want to add more texture to a painting. Say we're painting our rose painting and we need sort of foggy leaves in the background. I'm going to turn it around this way because it gives me more room to swipe. I put these paper napkins on so that it doesn't look so messy. I save them from whatever I'm using them for. Okay, so I've just got a flat, and I'm going to draw some wide shapes away from the center, and it just gives a faded something in the background of my paintings, a little texture. I can use a flat, or I can use a round and maybe put some rose leaves off in the background. Something that's there, but you don't really see. It's not really part of the painting. It's just a sort of background texture, very light. I think you can see that. Okay, so let me find another brush, because I managed to put my brush in the water and that doesn't really do any good. So I'm going to blend this out again and show you some other ways to add textures into the background. This is a very short video, but I hope you'll find it helpful. And I have done it before actually on an old phone camera, and I was looking at it the other day and thinking, I could do that better. So let me take, what should I do first? How about bubble wrap? That's always fun. I've got the bubbly sides, so I'm just going to press it on there. And you can see that gives lovely texture to the background. Let's try some of the sponge. It gives you sort of a fern-like quality, I feel. And let's try the man-made sponge. Bit harsher. And okay, I'm going to blend that. Get rid of it. Tell you what, I'm going to leave the bubble wrap. I really like that bubble wrap look. Now this is just a regular paper napkin. You can use paper towel, bathroom tissue, whatever you have to hand. And it will give you a little added texture. So there are some of the ways you can add interest into your backgrounds. And of course you can use all your favorite colors to do this. You don't have to stick with the colors I've shown you. And I hope you enjoyed the video. These techniques are great for using in abstract painting as well, so give that a try. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to leave that thumbs up for me. And thanks for watching. See you next time.